Hello and welcome to another episode of SqEngineering. Engineering. I'm Sprutis and we are currently in the middle of a mini-series in the bigger series of me creating or building a new stainless steel exhaust. The exhaust that I wanted to build a decade ago but ended up doing a semi-permanent one just to get the car rolling. So I'm trying to step up my game both with welding and so on, and before you criticize this too much, I do know that I still have some work to do on my welds, but we are getting there eventually. In the previous episode, because it's a mini-series, I intended to have everything in one episode, but that's too long. So in the previous episode we started with cutting some pipes, getting some V-bands tacked in, and also the majority of the downpipe. So that is where we jump into this series, working on the downpipe. So enjoy.
The new silencer mount, a bit sturdier than zip ties. So it's another day and I've been working a bit, and as you can see, let's turn on the light. We have a downpipe. I think this will work good. It looks a bit close between the wastegate and the downpipe, but from what I saw underneath it should be fine. So we have a 90-degree bend, a straight pipe, and then a 45-degree twisted a bit into the flex pipe. And then if we go underneath, so there you can see the flex pipe. We have a piece of straight pipe and then like a 45-degree twisted into another 45, and then a straight pipe going to the, there will be in the middle of the picture, there will be a V-band connecting to the catalytic converter. From another angle, so it's quite okay with regards to clearance, both towards the car but also towards the ground. And here is where it's ending up, and it will be something like this. And then here we have the heat shield, which is above the catalytic converter. So this will be nice. And up there you can see the outlet. So these two 45-degree bends open up between the gearbox and the downpipe to give room for the wastegate pipe. So that will be welded as well. All these pipes that you see are only spot welded with a TIG. I will weld it at a later date. I will also need to see if I can reinstall the reinforcement bracket between the gearbox and the engine block, and if it clears the wastegate pipe and wastegate. Not sure about that. And then here we have the flange for the wastegate, stainless steel. And I don't have the correct size, so I will waste a bit of TIG rod and welding gas, make an slanted adapter to the V-band, and yeah, we will see. Maybe I scrap this idea, we will see. And also the catalytic converter. I already connected the V-band, which is towards the downpipe, and here we have a straight pipe which will be welded on here, and it will go towards the rear of the car. And I'm trying to go as straight as possible between the catalytic converter and the rear subframe. And then also the material for the wastegate pipe, which is smaller than this, but I think it will be fine. And here we have the bandsaw again. So I managed to get the band to jump off the rubber wheels and so on, so I had to take it apart a bit. We have these hatches or access doors, but it took a few tries, so I've made one cut with it after reassembling it, and it seems to be working, so that's nice. Yeah, and then just an angle grinder and some tools for massaging the pipes. I just realized that there is a light. I didn't think about that previously. So that's nice. You won't really see anything, but it's a nice feature. So it's just another day and I've already started, so let's have a look at that. So we have the catalytic converter, we have the pipe, and I made slots because the diameter is a bit different. So I will put some TIG rods in the slots or something, and then I can place it and take my time in centering it over the catalytic converter. Then we have the downpipe, and we no longer have an angled cut at the end. Instead we will have this V-band, so it's basically ready to be welded. I just want to add a few extra tacks on these connections before I break anything off by accident. So this is how I'm putting the pipe together with the catalytic converter. After welding I will be able to pull these out, and yeah, then it's good. So as you can see, we now have a downpipe installed and the catalytic converter, and then also the pipe that goes straight, the one closest to us. We will need a bend, and then we can go underneath the subframe and then up here where the silencer will be. But looking from this angle, I see that we have quite a lot of space. So maybe we should try and tuck the catalytic converter a bit. Maybe. I did put the pipe going out from the catalytic converter on an angle, so I will need to do some cutting before I do the final welding of that. So then we also have a mount for the rear silencer. So this is stainless, this I don't know, but this will be have to do for now. At least it's better than the zip ties that we're hanging out here on both ends. So now it will be sturdy, and as you saw previously, there is a bushing. It's still hot, that's why I'm a bit hesitant with touching it, but underneath here there will be a bushing and then just M8. So yeah, now we have both ends fixed. So for the last piece we need a bend connecting to that pipe somehow, and then a straight pipe going underneath the subframe. We need a bend coming up and then rounding the fuel tank and connecting to the silencer. And for that we have these pieces. Might need an extra bend. These are the bends, so we have one and 2 bends left. So this one end will connect to the silencer. Then I will extend this end with this pipe, and hopefully that can connect with this. Otherwise I need an extra bend, and this one is then connected to this pipe, which will later be cut down to connect to the other part of the exhaust. So as you can see, we now have this piece spot welded to the other piece of the exhaust. So now I just need to go from here up to here. And initially I had this, but this ends up in the wrong place. So instead I would take this and sort of go up to here, but then we will have a difference in angle between this and this. So I will use the remaining bend, and hopefully I will be able to join this to this via this. So let's see how that goes. So there is now a new exhaust, and as you can see it's a bit off center, so I need to adjust it a little bit, but it's only spot welded, but I think this will be good. It looks like I have the clearances that I intended to have, so yeah, some cuts are a bit wider than others, but yeah. And it took some time creating this final piece, but I think it turned out quite well. So yeah, I think I will do a bit of adjustment on a later date, but other than that I'm quite happy with this. So yeah, I'll catch up with you a bit later, or on a later date. Okay, so I am now happy. The only thing is needs to come up a bit, like so, but this joint and this joint have been cut apart and re-welded several times just to get the silencer in the correct position. So I will weld this part all the way to the red bar over there. After that I will readjust it so that I tuck it up a little bit, just get the catalytic converter up a little bit more. So yeah, let's get to welding. So this is how far I got before the gas ran out. So we have one side of the V-band towards the silencer, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and pieces of these 3. So need to get some more welding gas and then finish this, then make the other mount and also weld the V-band to the silencer, and then we can make a cut around here just to angle this piece a bit more. So another day and some more progress. As you can see, I cut off the piece. Well, the cut is in the middle of the picture, and it went to the V-band over there. And I did that so, well, the primary goal of that is to tuck the exhaust closer to the prop shaft and get the catalytic converter up in the proper area so that it's not the lowest part. And the bonus benefit of that is that I could tuck the exhaust a bit tighter around the rear subframe. I still have the mount up there to create, and I have tacked on this one. So I've had these rubber mounts for a very long time, so I took a piece of stainless steel, an M8 screw, and tacked it in place. So it's holding the exhaust over there, but here we have a jack stand, because if I let this go, then we need to have something connected up there in order to avoid having the exhaust swing down. But yeah, let's see what happens the next time I'm in the garage. So I cut off the V-band flange on the opposite side from us, and angled the catalytic converter so that it's more snug against the body of the car. So I think that will be fine. So now we just need to connect this pipe to the catalytic converter. So it's another day, and a few more tacks have been made, and yeah, it looks okay. We will see if I make any more changes. So another day, and another bracket is tacked onto the exhaust. So the only problem is, as you see, the original hanger is well, it has space for a bigger bushing, so I will need to take care of that, because currently the yellow hanger can move, which is not really good. So I will take care of that somehow, maybe just a pipe and a washer before putting on the yellow exhaust hanger. And we have 3 spot welds, as you can see. So that means that at least this part is ready to be welded. So all we are missing now is the pipe for the wastegate and the fitting for the wideband sensor. And we have also completed the hanger just before the silencer. That one was a little bit tricky because I couldn't really see where I was welding, and I didn't want to aim the torch towards the fuel tank, which is above you currently. But I think this turned out well enough to move forward with. I'm thinking about adding another one on this side of the exhaust hanger, just to have like a slot for the bushing. We will see. Maybe not. So just like the previous 2 episodes, we need to cut this one here just to keep it somewhat short. And I feel that this was a good point, because the exhaust is about ready for getting fully welded. Or is it? Stay tuned for the next episode and find out. So until then,
Thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe. Stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.